Caddis Maximus here, this time with a review of the 5-piece CraftsMan file set. These are older. These are the CraftsMan USA. I don't know if they're still made in USA. I don't think so. But perhaps they are. The big selling point to these files was that CraftsMan would warranty files, and a file is a consumable item. So it was pretty unbelievable that CraftsMan, and when I bought them, I just curiously had asked the clerk at the time, this is probably 12 years ago, and they're like, yep, you can bring files back too. So I thought, well, that's just unbelievable. You buy the CraftsMan files and they have a lifetime warranty. That's just crazy, especially when it's satisfaction guaranteed on a consumable item. So and that's part of where CraftsMan really had set themselves apart, and we'll see if Ace Hardware or whoever will continue to honor those warranties. But as far as old USA CraftsMan files, they were, in my opinion, among the best. They were right along with Nicholson, which is a institution. Nicholson has been around for over 100 years. What's also neat about Nicholson is when you buy their files in the bulk packs, they still include their very ancient and traditional logo. So I always appreciate that about Nicholson. Enough about them. Let's take a closer look at these files here. I've used these files quite a bit, and they have been more than satisfactory. As you can see, we're starting to get some wear, but this file still has plenty of sharp edges, and it's a proper file where it is really, really, really hard. That's the deal with files, is they're made out of, they call it file steel. It's like drill rod or something along those lines, just a very high carbon steel that just gets super duper hard when they water quench it or oil quench it. I forget what kind of quenching the steel is. And how a good file is, as you use it, really happens is just a little peaks start to wear and chip off. If you use it really with a lot of force on a hard metal, you'll actually get some teeth to break. But that's evidence of, one, you're using too much force, and two, that it is a quality file, that the metal is very hard and brittle. And then these have just proven to be just spectacular. And they have a real nice even surface, even this. So this is a half round. The set came with a mill file, which has also been just the same way. As you can see, it's just held up excellent. We have a triangular fine tooth, or it's not called a mill file, just a slim triangular file, but it's like a mill file where it has a fine edge. And triangular files are real nice because you can get in the sharp corners with them. And of course a round file. And this round file is one that I've used the most. I've had to expand holes and all sorts of automotive sheet metal. And automotive sheet metal is a high alloy steel. It's not mild steel that they use. And it's just held up just superbly. I mean, this file is 10 years or 12 years old, and I haven't had a need to actually replace it yet. Although I do have some more junkier files when I'm doing abusive work to save the nicer ones. And then it did come with a standard bastard file, which has been just the same as all the others. It's really held up nicely. And to compare this, I have a Stanley file here. This Stanley bastard file, the first couple of times I used it, it was obvious it just wasn't quite up to par. Because if we look, and if I can get just the right light, kind of difficult. It'll be easier on this surface here. You can see where I started the file, and it actually started to round over the little teeth. That's showing that this is not quite hard enough, not Rockwell 65 or whatever they are. And it was a real disappointment compared to the CraftsMan, which, on the same surface that I've used, basically has almost no evidence that it's been used at all. So I can definitely recommend CraftsMan files for good quality control and their durability and for their warranty. And what I also thought was interesting is on the CraftsMans, I forgot to show this, they actually did, at least on the USA one, stamp CraftsMan right into the file blade itself, as well as the handle. So I kind of thought that was a nice touch. It kind of showed that they were thinking a bit more about these kind of these files, because they're going to be a big seller, and they wanted them, if they were going to offer a satisfaction guaranteed warranty on something that wears out like a file, you bet they're going to make them pretty darn nice, just so they don't have to replace them like a Harbor Freight file. I should also mention I've never had an issue. None of these handles have ever come loose or come off. So generally speaking, the old American-made ones, definitely recommended. The newer ones I haven't tried out, but I would still give them a shot. If they were really nice before, they may still not be so bad now. And if you have any troubles with any files, you really need to go with a genuine Nicholson brand file. Even though they're not made in America, at least the bulk of them are not. Anyway, this is another quick tool review from Catus Maximus. Really appreciate everybody watching. Please subscribe.